The Federal Reserve's meeting wraps up with no interest rate cuts. One America's Nathaniel Manor has more.
As inflation continues to harm Americans, the Federal Reserve has decided to leave interest rates alone. But will this actually help bring down the cost of goods? Well, joining me now is the co-founder of Forever 8, a company that purchases inventory and sells them to online platforms, Carl Margetts. Carl, it's great to have you on today.
Thank you. Great to be here.
All right, so the Federal Reserve just announced that they won't cut interest rates. Why is this?
I think there's still some concerns overall with the services part of the economy. I think you're seeing that with the ECB and obviously the BOE as well. All of the major central banks are pretty much paused and we're just going to wait to see what the data is like over the next few months. I think there's still some, the inflation is still kind of sticky. And they just want to have a bit more data before they make any decisions. I think obviously with you guys in the States as well, it's tricky because you've got an election year coming up. So I think there's obviously extra focus on inflation and what prices are doing. It makes it a bit more tricky for them.
Yeah, and do you think this could have an impact on our election here? Like, could this help Donald Trump get back into the White House?
That's a tricky one to say. I'm not really. I don't think I'm best served to ask, but I think obviously it's going to become a political play, and I'm sure that both administrations, the administration and potentially the Republicans will use this to play around with for sure. So I think obviously as part of what we're seeing as well at Forever 8, inflation, although it's quite a painful thing for consumers, overall actually has become pretty good for us. Our major product right now is selling older generation iPhones, like refurbished phones. And what we're seeing is with inflation, the fact that these younger generation who are pretty much priced out of the market right now, I think will be able to purchase from us at significant discount to current prices. And I think, as well as you mentioned, the Fed, there's obviously some issues going around the world as well with turmoil in the Middle East. You've got the Iranian-backed Houthi rebels attacking shipping lanes, and prices are moving up right now. That's probably another reason why I think the Fed may well have held off. There's a lot of turmoil, and I think sort of shipping lanes pricing heading up all over the place is going to make things difficult.
Right, and to that point, with the the Houthis in Yemen that have attacked Red Sea ships that have blocked cargo. Do you know how the Biden administration can turn this around so that we can continue to import affordable goods to America?
Yeah, I mean, what we're seeing with our clients is the shift more to air freight and air cargo. I think that's potentially something that the administration should take a look at. I think, shipping hasn't stopped. What you're seeing is basically the shipping being rerouted across the down the Horn of Africa. The journey is now much longer and more expensive. Obviously, insurance and fuel costs are going up, and the prices at the end of the day we passed on to the consumers. But at the end of the day, I think even with the Fed maybe being sort of slightly more optimistic about inflation, we don't see the price of durable goods coming down anytime soon. And at the end, sadly, it's going to be the consumer who always eats those added costs. So it's difficult. I'm sure the Biden administration would love to come up with a solution, but what we're seeing with our clients anyway is using other methods of transport, as I said, air cargo, or just planning better for ordering, making sure that they can get their goods on time.
Right. Well, Carl Margetts, co-founder of Forever 8, thank you so much for your time today.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.